The presenting sponsor of Moontower Soccer is FVF Law.
To find out what makes FVF a different kind of injury law firm, you can visit fvf.law.
I used to always make you smile, but now I struggle with the dial. Don't as I try to call your number.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Swoontower Soccer. I'm Steph Croniola,
And I'm Mike Croniola.
and we are here to talk about the boys.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the show notes right now, and it feels like forever since we've recorded.
It does feel like forever. I think it's because we've had so many matches.
Yeah.
So today we're covering our away match at Atlanta, which feels like it was 7 months ago.
Yep.
Home versus Houston, which also feels like it was a million years ago.
And then away at Dallas for the Copa TEJAS final.
Which actually feels like it was relatively recent. So I
Yeah.
think we're coming into our time now.
That's right. Yeah. Back to reality.
So we're going to talk about the mascot of the match. We are going to talk about Atlanta, Houston, and Dallas. We're going to hit our Swoontower Celly check, some fit checks, social media standouts, and as always, the man of my jersey.
Yeah. We should probably start right at the top with the mascot. The mascot of the match. I keep
It's
forgetting.
catching on.
Yeah, honestly, well, at least in this room.
Yeah.
We should probably talk about Jesus. How cute is this spaniel, Steph? This 5-month spaniel pup.
We are going to post some pictures because of the heat, Jesus wasn't able to make a Swoontower interview appearance. It was so hot at the
was
Houston match.
So hot.
And,
100 degrees at game time or whatever.
I didn't want to be outside, so I feel like it's not safe for a puppy to be outside if even humans don't want to be there.
Yeah, we were working with the APA team, and they said that they would be bringing Jesus out onto the field real quick just for the public appearance, and then right back inside the air conditioning to keep that little pupper cool.
Keep that sweet puppy cool.
Nobody wants a hot dog at the park.
Oh, no.
Well, you're right. Jesus is a Parvo Survivor Spaniel mix, 5 months old. Currently about 32 pounds with like the littlest, cutest face.
Yeah, we're going to share some pictures out on Twitter because you've got to see the face on this dog.
So much personality. Also, I don't know how to say their name without...
Jesus.
Yeah, putting a little spice on it.
That'll make your home so fun.
Speaking of fun, we've got positive mascot adoption news.
Yes, we do.
Limeade was adopted this week.
Limeade was the dog that the Stuvers were fostering.
Yes, and by a member of the community. And so Austin FC fans took Limeade home for her forever home.
Yeah.
So sweet, so cute.
We love when dogs get adopted, and if you are looking to adopt a dog, you should.
Yeah, if you have adoption stories, tweet us.
Yeah, we would love to hear them.
National Puppy Day is coming up next month. I know this because that's Heroes Gotcha Day.
Oh, okay.
And so
I was like, what a specific piece of information to know off the top of your head.
It might even be National Dog Day. I can't remember, but it's one of those days, either Puppy or Dog Day. They're two different days.
I mean, puppies and dogs deserve separate days. When does a puppy become a dog?
That's a great question.
Because I feel like Hero's still a puppy.
He's not.
I feel like Hero's still a puppy.
Yeah, but his little old bones and his gray face.
Hero's gonna be a puppy forever. Let's move on. I don't want to think about Hero getting old.
All right. So we should move on then to Atlanta.
Yes.
And what do you remember most from a decade ago when we played Atlanta?
Okay, so I feel like, and I don't know if this is something that other folks have noticed, but I feel like Johan Romagna has suddenly developed a personality. And I don't know if it's because he is more comfortable here now or if it's because he's making friends. Musa has gotten him out of his shell. But I feel like we used to only get Bible quotes and thirst traps on Instagram. And now we get some reshares of Austin FC stories where he's singing along or he's making faces and talking to the camera on the walk in the tunnel. And it feels like I don't know if it's confidence or fun or comfort or whatever it is, but I feel like we've got a lot more vibes from Johan now.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to develop a little bit more of his like outgoing side, right? Is what it looks like. Like in this match, we especially see it in the post-game celebrations. With spraying the water bottle, singing along. I feel like we've seen a few stories lately from him where he's like having a good time with the boys, and yeah, it seems like there's a shift for sure.
Yeah. No, I think it's really nice to see, and it's fun because he's got such a good smile. So it's nice to see.
Show it to us.
Yeah, and when it naturally pops out, you know.
Yeah, I remember from this match. Now that we're talking about it, there was a clip of the boys walking in to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and Johan like says something to the camera.
Yeah, that's what when I said like mugging the camera, that was the exact thing that I was thinking of.
Yeah, like there's some moments in our media now where we're actually getting to see that personality more, and I just am stoked about it.
Yep, exactly. That's what I remember kind of noticing. What do you remember most from Atlanta?
It feels like forever ago, but I think it's another situation where like the boys taking Teak to Atlanta, holding his hands, as they get on the plane is just such a cute, recurring photo now at this point, Also, the bag's got a lot bigger for the trip. They're not using just the toilet bag. Now they've got the whole...
did you just say the toilet bag?
Yeah, that's what the little...
Toiletries.
Yeah. Same thing.
No, it's not. Toiletries and toilet are two very different things. Toiletries are the thing. Toiletries are like the things you use when you get ready in the morning, like your toothpaste and stuff. A toilet is a thing you pee in.
Well, obviously they're not carrying around toilets in those little bags.
I'm saying I don't know what you think they have in those bags. You think that my guess is crazy, so I don't know.
It's not toilets.
Well, I know it's not toilets, but you said toilet bag.
Well, yeah, because toiletry is so much extra syllables.
Nobody shortens toiletry.
I do.
To
You heard it. I'm not weird. Moving on. Weekend bags.
I thought what you were going to say was John Gallagher's black eye.
Well, that's after the match, right?
No, it was during.
Well, sure. But like we really get like the full viz on that black eye in our photo.
Yes, our sweet locker room photo. I love this photo because Seba is squaring up to Gally like he's a boxer and going to punch him in the eye because it's so... I cannot believe how fast that thing black-eyed itself. I don't know what the verb for becoming a black eye is, but like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a spicy one. I messaged him on the side after the match because he posted a picture with him and his fiance, and he said in his Instagram story, oh, she likes me better that way. And I told him the story of how when we met, that was pretty much the only way you knew me.
Constant black eye.
And that you also thought it looked cool. So,
I mean, yeah, it looked cool. I also am happy now when you have way fewer black eyes. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention from Atlanta is that, like, I'm starting to don't put this publicly. This is just between you and me, Mike. Okay.
Okay, sure. Tell anyone else. And the listeners.
Well,
all right, listeners, block your ears for just a second. Steph has something to tell me only.
I feel like I'm warming up to Ethan Finley.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to say it too loud, but I feel like I'm starting to think he can stick around.
Well, you can see a difference in his attitude on the field.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't want to get too into like out of our lane here, but you could tell that he was nervous in his first couple of starts. You called it Minnesota nice.
Yep.
He was too...
Stand by that.
Yeah, he was too... and it seems like now he's taking those runs and like making the space his own when he's out there. And you can see the difference in the way that he plays and the things that happen around him when he does take that space.
Yep. No, I think he's doing okay. Listeners, you can take your earmuffs off now. I've said everything I need to say, and now we can get back to the show.
That's right. And back to the show, we will go with Houston.
Yes.
The nice thing about talking about Houston is that we're back home.
Yeah. I feel like I hadn't been to a match in months before Houston, and it really had been about 1 month, but it felt like ages.
Yeah, because for the Frisco match, I took my groomsmen, and you watched from Hop Squad.
Yep. And before that, we had a couple weeks off.
Yeah. And then after that, we were away forever.
Yeah. So I have another thing to talk about, about Johan Romagna.
Yeah, this is like the Johan-centric episode.
It is the Johan show. But there was oh my gosh, we were sitting, because we always try to get there early enough to watch warm-ups. And even though it was 600 million thousand degrees, we were there for warm-ups. And in the heat, I don't know about you, Mike, I don't know about you listeners, but when it's hot outside, I don't want anyone to be near me, let alone touching me. Like, please just leave me alone and let me have my space to sweat in peace.
Sure.
Romagna and Gite are out there just hugging. They're just hugging all the time. And I know we've said this with our like photos and with the meet and greet photos. They always have their arms around each other. But between warm-ups and then also when the subs were warming up on the side, they're just always hugging.
Yeah, it was so cute watching them, because like one would, during one of the drills, right, they would have to take a shot or make a pass or whatever, and then good or bad, afterward they would run back to each other and laugh and hug.
Oh, it's so pure.
Every single time. It's the best.
Yeah.
They clearly just love playing soccer together.
Yeah, I love them.
Even warming up, like Steph said, they're doing the like running patterns or whatever, and then they're laughing and hugging about it. Just insane. So cute.
It's so cute.
Constantly reaching out to like touch at each other to make sure that they're close. Just really, really wonderful stuff. You've got a note here about Felipe Bleephausen.
Oh, yeah. We were time wasting towards the end of the match. And there was a point where the ball went out and he was on the side warming up as a sub. And he just kicked the ball into like the back of the net, like from behind, just so that the other keeper had to run around and fish it out from the net to like take more time before starting play again. And it was just such a little thing that he did. He just like kind of chipped it into the back of the net from where he was, and just beautiful, beautiful time wasting.
He's so perfect. At the beginning of the match, he was over there talking so much trash to their goalkeeper, Steve Clark. Just brutal. You could tell that he had a lot to say, and Steve Clark didn't necessarily want to hear it.
Felipe has a lot to say all the time, I feel like, and that's why I love him.
Yeah, just wonderful. That match ends about as perfect as you can ask for. A 3-1 comeback win. The vibes are immaculate. And then they're elevated. Because while the supporters are singing True Love Will Find You in the End and I Love You, Verde, who comes over to dance but Maxi Urruti's kid?
Oh my gosh.
Stealing the show with their little moves, their little enjoyment, their just absolute party vibes. So, like, I could have told you from 100 yards away that was Maxi's kid because the vibes were so Maxi.
Yeah.
Just so fun, so cute. We're just so lucky to have such good boys.
Oh my gosh, we are. Speaking of lucky, You ready to talk about Copa TEJAS?
And how lucky we were to get to ride the bus?
Yes. We had a great time on the bus.
We did.
We even got to hear from some Los Verdes fans, some listeners of Swoontower. We got some extra content for y'all.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and put that in here now. And afterward, we'll come back.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Swoontower Soccer Bus Edition. Nice.
So we are going to be asking some of our bus friends here some questions just about the boys real quick.
Yeah, we've got some real Swoontower brand line of questioning happening. So we're gonna get started.
Yeah. We want to find out from the community what the people think. You know, we're trying to do our best. We are Austin TV here. You already know.
Who wears the shortest shorts on the team?
Diego.
Who should wear the shortest shorts on the team?
Ooh. Rohan.
Who's the best social media follow?
Oh, let's see. I kind of like Felipe on social media.
Yeah.
Actually, Teak Martins is the best social media. Yeah.
All right. What breed of dog is most like Diego?
I think a Chihuahua.
So
because he's kind of short and pesky and making noise.
yeah.
I love it. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. All right, and next we have Chap from La Murga.
Hi, how are y'all?
So good. Chap, we want to know, who do you want to start a TikTok?
Philippe.
And who wears the shortest shorts on the team?
Oh, it's definitely Diego. 4 inches. We got you, boy.
Also, who should wear the shortest shorts on the team?
Oh, definitely Romagna.
Yeah. And who is the best social media follow?
I used to think it was Danny, but it's now definitely Gaberson. Those stories and calling out all the players, I just love it.
Yes. What breed of dog is Brad Stuver most like?
Probably a Great Dane because he's tall and can stretch out.
Love it. Thank you so much, Chap.
Who wears the shortest shorts on the team?
Not Diego.
Who should wear the shortest shorts on the team?
Ruben.
Who wears the shortest shorts on the team?
I wish it was Driussi. But I think it's Romagna, right? I don't know. I think. I don't know if it's really him, but now my puppy. I wish my puppy would wear Speedos, right?
Hey, what kind of dog do you think Sebastian Driussi would be?
He would definitely be a greyhound.
Who do you want to start a TikTok?
It's got to be the medical guy. The medical guy gets access to all the thighs, so he knows all the ins and outs of all the players. Imagine seeing the medical guy like massaging Johan's thighs.
Hey, Landon. If Sebastian Driussi were a dog, what kind of dog would he be?
Oh, I don't know any dog breeds. What's the most handsome dog?
A poodle! Thank you so much to everyone who shared their dog ideas, who shared their shorts feedback. It was so much fun to get to hang out with everyone and travel up to Frisco with you all.
Yeah. And wow, what a party.
Yeah.
I am not a 12 hours of party kind of guy. And so when the buses did finally drop us off in Frisco, we kind of ducked away from the main group for a little bit. Everybody was partying over a Green Gator, and it was a
little much for your girl here.
It was lit, and I needed a minute. And so we went over to a coffee shop around the corner called Lemma Coffee, and it was really, really good.
It was very good.
You even enjoyed the espresso.
I hate espresso, and I enjoyed the espresso from Lemma.
So that's a pretty good tip for our Swoontower family here.
Yeah, our Dallas Swoontower listeners.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after this match, how could you stay a Frisco fan when you could support a team like ours?
It's true. Speaking of some Dallas fans, it was really funny because Landon mentioned this on Moontower this week, how there seemed to be a large number of like casual fans who didn't know about Copa TEJAS. And we had an interaction with a couple folks who, as they were leaving, the match was over and everyone is, screaming and dancing and singing. They leaned over and they were like, hey, why are y'all so excited for a draw? So we got to tell them about Copa TEJAS and that we had won it, that we needed a draw or a win. And they were like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, it was just funny because it didn't even occur to me to not celebrate like a win, even though it was a draw.
Yeah. And I think with the like vibe of the match, right, getting out of there with a point felt good.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times where we could have scored, but we didn't. And so coming out with a draw after a match where we could have lost or won pretty evenly felt like the right result.
Yeah, no, it was great. And what a result it was, and what gifts we got afterwards.
Oh, man.
Again, Landon touched on this on Moontower, but watching Ruben do the worm.
Insane.
Highlight of my life.
That is a gigantic worm.
It's like some Dune level worm.
Yeah, honestly, that's the Shai Hulud of soccer players out there doing the worm.
But even like Sabo was dancing and kept sneaking. My favorite part was when like Diego was sitting on the ground and everyone was kind of just like waiting, and Seba had his water bottle and kept like sneaking up to folks. Like Diego's on the ground, he sneaks up behind Diego and he just squirts him with his water, and he just did that to everyone.
Everybody. Yeah. Just constant little trolley stuff. You could tell the players didn't know what was going on, but they wanted to celebrate and hang out with the fans because they knew how much it meant to the traveling contingent to get this cup. My favorite part of the night was, or of this part of the celebrations, was getting the locker room photo IRL.
Yep.
Watching the boys line up for their photo, we knew what was happening. We couldn't believe that we were getting to see the magic from the outside, And so they start getting together, and then someone in the front goes, wait, we got to do it this way, and like moved the photographer to get the fans in the locker room pic with them. And it was just such a good, like, awesome moment.
Yeah, it was really cool to get to be a part of that, especially something that is so fan driven. I mean, I'm sure they did it for fun, or they had an idea or whatever, and I don't know if they imagined it would take off the way that it has.
Clearly a fan service moment every away match to get that right.
Yeah, even other clubs are starting to join in on the fun, and I love that.
Yeah,
they don't look as good as we do, but I love it.
That's my they gotta lean into their gifts. If you are like a more fit team, you gotta have less shirts. Like that's just like we got notes. If you want to reach out to us, we can tell you how to improve your team's locker room picks. The other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about was the celebration in the parking lot. Seeing Diego's mom and dad going nuts with the supporters was just so fun.
Yes.
Seeing Diego get to share that moment with his parents, also so pure and so sweet. Watching you climb on top of a golf cart in Frisco.
Okay, listen, I wasn't on top of a golf cart.
Screaming from the roof of a golf cart.
I was on a wall and I was using the golf cart roof for support.
All I remember is the golf cart rocking. Nobody came a knocking. It was a party.
It was a party. And you know what? I think we gained a few fans. I really think we gained a few new fans that night.
I was watching a lot of Frisco fans singing along and clapping to our songs.
Yeah. I was thinking a little bit more of a high-profile fan, Mike.
Andrew Wiebe is obsessed with us.
Yeah.
In a good way now.
Our bonus fan.
That's right. Can't believe the quickness of that turn, but also love it so much.
Yeah, I think that for someone to be so vehemently against a fan culture and then also like realize that like it's okay to acknowledge that you've been wrong when you're presented with new information and change your mind.
I also just love that he does it like a heel, though, like a
Yeah.
wrestling heel. I've been here since day one, you know, like that vibe is like so perfect.
Yes.
Speaking of perfect, we scored so many goals over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, this Swoontower cycle, we have got 6 goals to talk about.
Yeah, because we can't talk about every single goal that gets scored, right? But we try our best.
This is a new segment of Swoontower.
Yep.
Our Swoontower Celly check for our Swoontower Celly consultation group.
Services.
Yeah, our services. And we have some to offer today. Now, some of them are pretty, pretty set in stone. Like we've got Maxie's Archer, plus the little boys dance, the little boys wiggle they do afterwards.
Yeah, the magic wiggle.
Magic wiggle. I love it. I love the Archer move. No notes, Maxie.
No
none. Notes.
I do think one of the benefits to our boys' social media activity is that I think we learned what the song is that they are doing the wiggle to. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. If you don't follow Teak Martins on Instagram, you should start.
You absolutely should start.
Because that's where we got that information from. Mm-hmm. I wanted to mention from that same match, Alex Rings kind of he does like a hand telephone ring thing and then a salute as the captain.
Is that like ring on the phone?
It's got to be, right? Mm-hmm. Like, who is he calling otherwise? You know,
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's like call a doctor, but not for me. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's one of those. But
No,
like,
it's good.
I thought it was his own last name, like ring ring, it's me. You know.
Mm-hmm. So I would give Alex Ring like a 7 out of 10.
We're gonna rate these.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's what consultants do.
Consultators.
Yeah, that's what consultants do.
Now I'm picturing potatoes giving consultations.
Diego, let's talk about Diego's goal, Celly.
I love it. I love it so much.
This like fingers in his ears with his tongue out.
Oh, it's so good. And then he kisses, like he blows kisses to the away fans, like for that goal.
Did he do
so
that?
sick. Yes. Oh my God. He just so petulant is the only word I can find for it. Like it's so perfect.
Sure, it's definitely got personality. I'll give it that. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. At least.
I'll give it an 8. You can give it whatever you want. I will give it an 8 out of 10.
Then I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 to make it like an 8.75 total.
Okay. You know who's down in the ratings this week?
I can't believe you're about to say this.
Yeah. I'm going to have to give like a 4 out of 10
No!
to Sebastian Driussi for this weird like biting his hand.
And then holding up a 4. I don't know what it means.
It was the hand that he just stood still and put his hand in his mouth and like bit his hand. I don't get it.
I'm giving him a 9.5 out of 10.
Gosh, no.
Yep.
I just,
it's so weird.
I feel like, but it's not like a weird that like you can be like, oh, it's like a Reuben weird with
No, it's just weird. It doesn't, I don't know what it means. It clearly means something. There are layers to it, I'm sure.
I'm sure there are. But I just feel like we can workshop something different or go back to the snake or, Seba, I feel like you're in need of our consulting services.
Seba, keep doing weirder and weirder stuff.
2 other players, now I know that we have some contention about this. 2 other players that definitely need our consultation services.
Disagreed.
Ethan Finley and Felipe.
Well,
because
Finley probably.
neither of them had maybe this is something that I missed in the video clips or they didn't catch, but I didn't see either of them with a proper goal celebration.
I don't remember Finley's, but he strikes me as the kind of guy who would run toward the corner and jump and do a fist pump, just a really basic celebration.
Does that count?
Yes, of course that counts.
Oh, that's so boring and uninspired. I want him to play a good little game of duck, duck, gray duck with his
not
fellow
what it's called.
teammates. So you know how everyone does the magic wiggle, and then he goes over and he's like, duck, duck, goal duck, what's up?
Boo.
Oh, that was for free, Ethan. That goal Celly consultation comes at no cost to you, so you're welcome.
Honestly, actually, if you do that, that'd be sick. But I can't believe that you would discount Felipe's celebration.
All
this
Felipe
to me,
did was run to the sidelines.
all he did was go and celebrate with all his teammates that he spends the most time with.
I know, but it's not.
This wasn't a goal for Felipe. This was a goal for the boys.
No, but it's not like a. It's not like a goal. It's not like a Sonny's photo thing or Spider-Man fingers. It's not like a move. It's just a celebration. There has to be something more tangible to it, more unique.
You telling me that the ultimate team player, Felipe, his goal celebration should be something other than celebrating with his teammates?
I mean, if his teammates all could coordinate something, that would give me a little bit more to go on here.
I'm just saying it's the heart of this celebration is perfect and could not be more Felipe and could not be more Austin FC and could not be more perfect for the time. Here's a bench dude who gets his chance to start, rockets home the first goal of the match. There's big feelings, there's big emotions, and what do? You run 70 frickin' yards to party with your boys.
Yeah, I hear you, and I want him to do that, and I want him to do something also.
Listen, this is a man whose crowning achievement is fouling a guy in 2 seconds.
Even if he did a little hands on his head for teak, little barriers or something, still
Felipe,
acknowledge the heart of the team, but
point at Steph the next time you score a goal.
I would
and
take
just
it.
give her the finger. I love your Celly, buddy.
I'm gonna go with a 0 for Finley, and I'm gonna give 3 points to Felipe.
I think they both get a 9.5.
Okay, let's move on. I don't want to fight with you, so I just am gonna talk about Maxi strutting in. We only had fit checks from the Houston match, but in his story, he was wearing this black tunic, this not V-neck, but it was a cool low scoop. It was awesome. He looked so good walking in with teak. He looked rad as heck.
A tunic.
Yeah, it was a black tunic.
With the strings crossing over in front of his chest?
No.
With the big baggy bell sleeves or whatever?
Hold on.
Are you Googling this?
No, I screenshot it.
During the recording?
Well, only because you didn't do your homework.
Listen, I've been busy. Oh, yeah, I guess it is kind of like a tunic.
Thank you.
We'll put it up on socials. It's kind of like a hospital smock tunic combo.
Stop.
But it make it fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just really liked it. I thought it was a good look.
Between that and the hat, yeah. He's got great hats.
Yes, he does.
Speaking of great hats, Julio with the bucket again. Killing the bucket. Also with his little toilet bag.
Jesus. The other one I wanted to talk about from this segment is Felipe just out here looking like everyone's dad. Gene on Gene.
Yep.
He just is.
Is that a jean shirt or is it just the same exact color as his jeans?
Oh, is it just blue?
I think it might be a blue shirt that is the same exact shade as his blue jeans.
I think that's even worse. Like, such a dad move.
I had to zoom in to see it, folks, but
yeah, just a blue shirt.
it does look like just a blue shirt.
And like one too many buttons.
No way.
For Applebee's.
Oh, sure, for Applebee's. One too few buttons
for
our wedding, apparently. If you ask my groomsman, Marcos, who was practically naked.
There were a lot of unbuttoned shirts at that. All right, so that kind of wraps up our Fit Check segment. We're going to move on to our social media standouts and our new boy alert.
Yeah. So this one's an unofficial new boy alert, just as a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
But we are seeing a lot of smoke where there is rumors around.
We are seeing zero smoke.
Oh, well, sure.
That's the problem.
Zero green smoke, but a lot of activity.
Yeah, figurative smoke.
Yeah. Emiliano Rigoni.
Yes.
Despite what your notes say, you know what? Will you read this note out loud for the listeners?
Okay. So, listen, you were out, you asked me to put together the Swoontower notes, and I put them together, and under new boy alert, so for context, we were...
No, just read the note, and then we'll give context after.
Okay, it says... It says, what is rigatoni bringing to the locker room a la cannellini espresso?
It sure does. That is exactly what it says. So, Steph, what is a cannellini espresso?
No, you can talk about this.
All right, so we are obsessed with the show The Call Up with Susanna Collins and Jillian Sakovitz. And they were mentioning the other day that Chiellini, the new center back for LAFC, bought an espresso machine for the locker room so that everyone could have an espresso before the match. And they were going off on a riff about what kind of espresso machine it was. I'm sure it's a La Marzocco. But, the point was, what do you think? I assume this question is, what do you think Emi Rigoni is going to bring?
Yeah, I was just thinking of our new players and if they were super loaded, what they would bring into the locker room, for locker room environment. But listen, sure. I was tired. I was drinking a spicy little ranch water, and this is what I typed. So what do you think?
If I had to guess, knowing what we know about Emi Rigoni, which is very little, mostly Moontower-based reporting, I would guess that he is bringing us Rock Band.
Oh my gosh. I would...
Like a PS2, you know what I mean? Like a PlayStation 2.
To get those videos from the locker room.
Not even new Rock Band, not like a Rock Band arcade setup, nothing, just kind of I swung by Game Republic on my way to the training center and I picked up a used Rock Band set. Watching him play the Octopad with his band La Playere, it feels right that that's what he's bringing to the locker room.
All right, I can't wait to see the boys playing Rock Band.
Honestly, Mate con Vos with a Rock Band setup would be so cute and so fun.
Oh, apparently also we're getting more Mate con Vos weekly.
Diego said so it's true.
Yeah, so keep an ear out for that.
That is also a social media standout, and kind of goes into my next thing. Unless, do you have an idea for what Rigoni is bringing?
No, I think that sounds great. I think we had talked about Mate, but I think Rock Band sounds way better.
So the other social media standout that I have is from the same kind of media availability that we got the insight on Mate con Vos about, is that Josh Wolf has project names for each phase of the season. I don't know how he defines a phase of the season, but the one that we just went through was called Grind Time.
Oh my gosh.
Because we had so many away matches against so many tough opponents, and like it was just really hard. And so it's time to grind, boys. It just has like such a classic American coaching vibe to it. And he says this next phase is called Embrace the Struggle.
Oh boy.
He says it's going to be super hot everywhere we go, no matter what. We've got some tough opponents. It's going to be hard. It's like there's growth happening, right? Introducing new players and things like that. And so it's time to just embrace the struggle.
Amazing. It's so nerdy.
it's so dorky and also guaranteed is like firing up the boys, right?
Yes.
Like,
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love nerdy.
there is no way that Ruben isn't like, yeah, it's time to embrace the struggle. You know what I mean? Like Ruben's running through a wall for a phrase like that.
Yeah, he is. All right. You ready for some TikTok?
Always.
So, couple real quick, real bullet point notes for TikTok. First of all, he has been pretty busy. If you look at the False 9 Photoshop edits on the locker room photos. And I just want to call out, like, is he there holding up Felipe? Or are we doing ourselves a disservice by not, like, making Daddy Tarbell like a Hydra, one head teak, the other head Tarbell? So we've got, like, half teddy bear, half silver fox. Like, instead of just covering Tarbell's face with teak, like, I feel like we could be doing more for everyone. Like, we can have our teak and our Tarbell.
I feel like we're missing an opportunity to center Teak in all things by just taking whoever's in the middle of the picture.
I do like the idea of Teak holding up Felipe, though. That does make me so happy.
Yes. Also, I really like that Teak has been on his like social grind, introducing some live video.
Yeah, we got like a full, I don't know, it felt like 7 hours. Everything felt like a million hours that day. But we got like a full like half hour live video on the bus home from Dallas. All the
Teak
boys were
dancing.
Celebrating. Teak was drinking.
Well, Teak was drinking something. It was probably a recovery drink, you know. It was hot out there. He needs to stay hydrated.
You're right.
We can ask him one day.
Yeah, hopefully.
Austin FC, if you're listening,
Let us talk to Teak.
Let us talk to Teak.
So, yeah, it was just really fun. It was great to see the boys just like relaxing and celebrating, dancing and singing and all of the it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, they had a great time. Clearly, winning the cup definitely loosened them up for the evening. You could tell, and it was just cool. It was cool.
My favorite comment in that live though was just Ruben was on dancing, singing, doing whatever, and all of the other players are watching this live, which is again one of my favorite things that they're all in it. And John Gallagher comments, "Wow, Ruben, very ugly." And just the phrasing of it, the timing of it, the like...
It's just so brutally straight, like...
Yeah.
Just relentless.
It made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, there were a lot of players watching the video as it happened. There were a few different snarky comments happening on it. Just a really good time.
It was awesome. It was this whole Swoontower segment was really, or this whole Swoontower cycle was really
I was like, you gonna
nice.
brag about how great our show was before it's even over?
Well, I was going to cut that.
Now you can't.
Well, thanks.
But honestly, it was great.
Yes, it was really good.
The past 2 weeks have been wild. So much Austin FC. Couldn't be better.
Yeah. So that brings us to our final segment, the man of my jersey. And this cycle goes out to our captain, Alex Ring.
Wow.
When you have a player ready to fight security for you, I mean, he just loves this team so much. And in every one of those hype videos, he's so in it. And he's clearly such a good and powerful leader in the locker room. And I'm just real hype on Alex Ring.
Yeah, I think at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were talking about how should Alex Ring be captain? And all we've seen from the club anyway, and from the players, is like,
Yes.
yes. Right. Just yes. Just
Yeah.
easy yes.
Yep. That's it for us today. Thank you all so much for listening. Thanks for being here. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, and share. And hit us up if you want your very own Swoontower sticker.
Yeah, we've got a bunch left still somehow, even though we gave out a bunch on the Dallas trip. You may be starting to see them around town. We're pretty excited about that. Shout out to Los Logans for always supporting Swoontower. And also make sure to check out thestrikernews.com. The Striker Texas is no more. The Striker News is what it's now. Use that code Moontower22, capital M. Get a discount off your coverage because, good Lord, are they the best in the biz for what they're doing. So
Yeah. They're great. We love them. We love you. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.